Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Qaedi along with my teammate Syaza and Sarahputri. We are going to present about risk management analysis, and in this presentation, we are going to summarize our interview with Puan Baya, one of experienced entrepreneur that we found, and we are going to summarize how her business was impacted with COVID-19, how she coped with it, and we are going to recommend several improvements that she can make. Also, with the guidance of banking and insurance subject, we are going to recommend some insurance contract that she can apply to her business. So let's start our presentation.
Background of the company. Okay, for this assignment, we choose to interview a store that is located near to my house. I know this Puan Baya for a long time. To me, she is a good cook. All her food are so delicious and so good. Her name is Puan Baya binti Abdullah. She is 52 years old. Her store name is Baya Corner, and her store is quite popular in our area. Her store is a food and beverage product which provide a local food like various type of kueh, fried rice, noodles, drinks, and many more. And the main menu is more to makanan panas. The stall are easy to attract customer because her store is on a roadside. She started to open her stall like 3 years ago, and she hired three workers to assist her because the store used to have a lot of customer. Before she opened her stall, she sold food in bazaar during Ramadan, and she cooked for Islamic primary school in the evening. So she is an experienced cook in the field of food and beverage.
So based on our interview with Puan Baya, she has said that there are several areas that impacted her business. First is financial impact. This is because during COVID-19, during MCO, she has lack of customer that caused her to have a decrease in cash flow, and the money that she has invested in capital did not return. The second area is she have disruption of supplying raw material because the grocery market that she always buy raw material is closed during MCO, and because of this she had a decrease in the supply of raw material, and because of MCO, because of COVID-19, economically the raw material price have increased and causing her to have a disruption in supplying in her supply chain of raw material. Last but not least, the areas that impacted her is operating impact because her store had to close during MCO 1.0, and even several more time after that. Her customer can't come due to quarantine law because customer cannot go out of their house, and then their store have to operate under a new SOP such as scanning my sejahtera and sitting far away from each other because of the new SOP that have caused through MCO. So there are several risk treatment strategies that Puan Baya had applied to avoid the risk that we had identified before in the areas that impacted her. So the first is risk avoidance, that is by definition is where a company or individual mitigate the risk by not participating in the risk. So the first is risk avoidance, where Puan Baya had applied delivery service and where she hired runner and then tell the runner to send it to other people, and then she have applied order and pick up service where people can order from her and then pick up in her stall earlier so that they won't have to stay in her stall. The next strategy is risk sharing, where they find a new platform to mitigate the risk, to transfer the risk. So Puan Baya had applied social media marketing and online order system where she promoted her product, her cooking in social media such as WhatsApp, Facebook, and people can order from her through online, through her social media. The next strategy is loss prevention, where a company or individual started to stop their loss from an act lah. So Puan Baya had applied to close her stall during the MCO and operate from home to ensure that she can operate her business safely without the danger of exposing herself and her customer to the virus. Last but not least, the risk treatment strategy that Puan Baya had applied are risk retention, where by definition is acceptance toward the risk, because there is few options that she can use to solve the problem or the disruption of supply chain. So she chose to wait for her supplier to resurface and use existing supplier that is available in the grocery market, and for the supplier that is not available, even though it is a little bit pricey, she would go to the local supermarket to get her raw material. At least she can continue her business by the raw material that she obtained from the existing supplier and the local supermarket. Now, for risk monitoring and risk controlling, in the perspective of risk management plan, the treatment that Puan Bakya had applied, such as using social media marketing and online order system, were attracting more customers. And even if the condition of her business haven't fully recovered, she can finally obtain profit, and we can see that the risk treatment that she had applied is finally working. But there are one treatment that is flopping, that is delivery service, because the runner that she hired can only reach to customers that is located in Sungai Siput. So we recommend that Puan Bakya apply for Food Panda and Grab food service. So by doing this, Puan Bakya can reach customers that live further away and at the same time increase her profit. Now, for risk assessment toward the operational system is for the treatment of Puan Bakya that success, but we are going to recommend several ways that she can improve so that she can use this treatment in the future so that she can obtain more profit from the strategy. So based on our observation and based on our interview, Puan Bakya only uses pictures as her promotional method, and she only promotes her cooking on WhatsApp group and Facebook. So we recommend that Puan Bakya to expand her marketing and promotion into several other platforms such as Instagram, TikTok and many other, so that other than that, she can hire people who can make videos of her stall and cooking and post it on her social media. So by doing this, she can provide exposure to the public of her business, and also she can attract more people to come to their stall and attract more people to buy, therefore creating more profit and more cash flow to her stall. Now, for risk assessment to the organizational process, where we recommend several industry or how she can expand her business into food and beverage industry so that she can have a backup plan if the country fall into MCO again. So as we can see from our interview, Puan Bakya are only selling hot food where she cooks and immediately send it to her customer. The disadvantage of it are the food can't hold for more than one day or it will turn bad. So we recommend that Puan Bakya can penetrate a new industry where she can prepare food that can hold more than one day, such as cookies and dessert, and she can pack it into a container where she can ship it through the whole Malaysia. She can promote this business, this cookie business or this dessert business on her social media and some other online marketplace like Shopee and Lazada. And she can even put it on her stall, and at the same time, by doing this, she can expand her business into the food and beverage industry, obtain profit from it, and if there is another situation that are causing her to stop doing business, she can at least have a backup plan from it.
Since the pandemic started, it has affected a lot of individuals at a global scale. We would like to recommend several actions that Puan Bakya and the others company can take during situations like this. First, during our interview with her, she told that she had a disruption of supply chains because a lot of suppliers stopped selling raw material and they never resurfaced. Therefore, we would like to recommend for Puan Bakya to diversify her supply chain and buy raw material from several suppliers to ensure that her business can keep running even if she faces the same situation as now. By doing this, she can solve the problem of disruption of her supply chain, because if somehow one of her supplier went into financial difficulties, even though this will cost her some more capital, she will always have a backup scenario to cover her supply chain. Next, we recommend Puan Bakya to have an emergency fund to ensure that her family can survive through hard times just like in the pandemics. Based on our interview, Puan Bakya had said that she went through a hard time during the first MCO because she lost her main sources of income, and it's been hard for her to recover from it financially. If she have an emergency fund, she can use it to take care of her family and also use it as a capital to open a side business online and expand her money flow so that she won't fall into financial difficulties. From our analysis in insurance contract, there is two elements of insurance contract that Puan Bakya can apply. First, utmost good faith. The principle of utmost good faith, Uberi May Fide, states that the insurer and the insured must be disclosed all material facts before the policy inceptions. The problem in this case is Puan Bakya needs backup money to hire a new supplier and not enough budget, but the money that she applied for is not received and worried that she was being cheated. Puan Mbak Ayah should act with utmost good faith to apply more money, which is 6,000 ringgit, just in case the budget is more than what she expected for her store. Puan Mbak Ayah also thinks that she needed to employ an appropriate consultant to help her develop a financial plan for her company.
Insurance contract. Okay, the second contract that Puan Mbak Ayah can apply is insurable interest. Insurable interest means that the insured must be in a position to sustain financial loss if the event insured against occurs. The problem is she will sustain losses if there is an accident that occurs to her store when she is not operating her business, like sudden fire or damage. She won't have money to cover the losses because she lost her sources of income during pandemic. So if Puan Mbak Ayah take an insurable interest for unexpected situation that might be happen to her stall. For example, when she has this insurable interest, it can help her to sustain financial loss if the event insured against occurs, because the store tends to have a risk damage or accident to catch fire.
To conclude, the rapid spread of COVID-19 as well as the uncertain future developments are causing all of us to be wary of our future. Dealing with the effect of COVID-19 is always a challenge, but it can open up unexpected opportunities to improve the sales process with prospect and the consumer. Every business will undoubtedly have its own business risks, either in the short or long term that affect its profit to lower and lead operations to fail. We do not know what will happen in the future, and by that, it is advisable to have and apply to a relevant insurance plan and contract so that it can cover up or reduce the loss that may hit in the future. Therefore, to conclude, we all should be wary of our future, and we should have the knowledge to prepare a backup for worst case scenario and in the perspective of development insurance. So that's all from us. Thank you.